Today I will show you how to make this glowing particle transition. Yo, it's Bovikas here and let's begin. Alright guys, so in After Effects I just have two clips. First is where one and only is smoking, and then another one where he's just sitting on his car. And you can obviously have any clips that you want, but I would recommend your clips to have like some sort of like a light source. So here you have the cigarette where there's like some light, but you could also like choose these lights. And then on the second clip we also have car lights. So that's where I'm actually going to transition to. I'm going to transition from this smoke to the car lights. Of course, for you it's going to be probably way different, but that's just what it's going to be for me. And I also like to have like a couple of frames of just pure black, just to give our light some space to like move around a little bit. Alright, so now what we can do is we can go to the ellipse tool and just hold on it, and it will probably be at the rectangle tool, so we just have to select it to ellipse tool. And now once you have it, just hold shift and draw a tiny circle, and now hold control and press on pan behind, double press on it. Make sure this little circle is right there. It's going to make our lives way easier when we need to move it around. And now the first thing we can do is press P and keyframe the position keyframe. And now what you should do is you can go to wherever you want the transition to start. So I want to maybe start it like right here. So now you just need to adjust the position. So like take it like this and just track it a little bit. Your tracking doesn't have to be like very great, but just do your best pretty much. Alright, so this is how I tracked it, by the way. I mean, that's not really that great, but you know, whatever. And from this point onward, from right here, it's going to get dark, and that is gonna just move around this dot. And now let's go to the clip where we want to transition to, and we just have to place this dot right here. So let's just drag it with the maybe position keyframes. For you it's probably gonna be way different, but you know, I'm just showing you how it's going to be for me. And actually I wouldn't really recommend to have it just right here. I would recommend it to move a little bit forward, so maybe like right here, just to give it more movement. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also keyframe this motion blur, so it's going to look like there's some actual motion going on. And for the fun part, you know, where it transitioned from this clip to this clip, well, we can make it kind of like rotate around. So we could take this point and drag it somewhere way different. So let's just drag it to the other side of the screen where it wasn't. So like, for example, let's drag it right there. So it's going to go from right here to there, just like that. And we can select these 3 points and press F9 and just go to the graph editor, and I'd like to go to the edit speed graph and make it like this. Just extend these points like this. I mean, you don't really have to do it, but I just think this makes it look way smoother. And this is how it's going to look right now. I mean, you can barely even notice it because it's barely visible right now. So we actually need to make this point visible. So to do that, you could add some sort of like a glow effect, and you could make the glow radius like higher, the glow intensity higher, and then duplicate it, and then make the glow radius higher and make the glow intensity higher and the threshold lower, and then duplicate it and then make the glow radius higher and make the glow threshold lower and make the glow intensity higher, and you will have a pretty nice glowing dot. But I do think there are better glows, so if you don't like these glows and you have the deep glow plugin, then you can delete all of these glows and add the deep glow 2 plugin. But again, you could have just kept those 3 glows that we just had there. And we can go to this keyframe right here and press on exposure and radius at 1000. So we just have it keyframe, and we can go to the start and make the exposure like 0.25 and the radius like 250, so it's not as glowy at the start. Oh, and also we can press Ctrl Shift D at the start and delete the first part of that, because we just kind of want the glow to pop out like that. And actually guys, here we already have something that's pretty cool, but that's just the start of it. So now we can press U again to see all of our keyframes, and we can add an effect called for color gradient, and here we can just pick the colors we want. So yeah, here you can make it something like orange or red. So actually let's just make it red, and here we can make it like maybe more orange, darker orange, and take this point and drag it like right there. And it's important to make it to color. So now it's going to be kind of like orange, and that's gonna pop out more. I do think that looks really cool just like that. But if you want to make it look like it has even more movement, like you can press S and then just keyframe the scale at where we have the transition and press U, and when it starts to move like this fast, you can uncheck this and make the scale to like 280, so it like pops out way more, and then go a couple of frames forward and here make it like 180 80 and then go somewhere like right here and make it to 100. So that's just going to look pretty cool. It's gonna look like there's more motion going on. All right, and that's pretty cool. And now on top of the clips but below the shape layer, we can press Ctrl+Y, and here we can add an effect called as hotspots, which does require the Sapphire plugin, but you could add different effects than this one. For example, Luma key and use it kind of like the as hotspots, but if you do have the Sapphire plugin, then let's just have the as hotspots. So to start, let's make the threshold to 0, but then go to where our orb starts to move. So at this keyframe it starts to move, so before it, it's right here. So we can make the threshold right here to like 1 and press U, and here we see all of our keyframes, and we can also add CC vignette, and on this keyframe we can make the amount to like 950 and keyframe it, but go to the start and make the amount to 0. That's also going to darken out the edges like that, which looks really cool. And then we can go somewhere like right here, press U again twice, and then press on this keyframe and then this keyframe, and then go somewhere like right here and make the threshold to 0 and the CC vignette amount to 0. Now select all these keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, and in the speed graph you can make it something like that, and on this point something like that, and now go out. I mean, you can actually go individually to these graphs, so like for example to the S threshold, to the threshold graph, and go to the edit value graph, and here I would like to make this part a bit more sharp like that. Go out of it and go to the CC vignette one and make the graph again like sharp, and maybe we could move this clip a little bit forward so it starts right here. And this is how it looks now. That actually looks really cool. And here where it starts to come back, like we could actually have some fun. So on the shape layer, like we can press Ctrl+Shift+D and then press S, and here we could like make the scale go a bit higher, so like 100, maybe like 239, and then go one frame forward, press Ctrl+Shift+D, and here we can make it go even a bit higher, then press Ctrl+Shift+D, and then go make it a bit lower, and then press Ctrl+Shift+D and delete. So that's going to make like the light kind of pop out like that, but on here we could press Ctrl+D to duplicate it so it's even a bigger light, but that doesn't look really that good just like that. So on top of the clip, you can press Ctrl+Alt+Y and add some sort of like a shake effect. So you could add like as dissolve shake and mess around with that effect, but I like to go to animation presets, user presets, and I like to use my impact presets, and particularly what I like to use is insane chroma distortion. So I'll just drag and drop it right here, and this is how it's going to look with the chroma distortion. That actually looks insane. Yeah, and this is like the full transition we would get with just that. I mean, there are plenty of more combinations. Like you could delete the insane chroma distortion and add different combinations. So for example, shockwave impact fix, and with this effect, this is how it would look. That looks really cool. You could actually cut off the first frame, yeah, because that first frame is a bit too heavy for this like slower clip, and it's just going to make a bit of a bounce right here, which I think looks really nice. And I have plenty of other effects in the impact presets pack. It's a pack that I built for like music video editors who want to save a bunch of time while editing, so I definitely recommend to check it out, and I'll have it linked in the description for anyone who's interested in the impact presets pack. But anyways guys, that's about it for the video. If you have any questions, then please let me know, and if you would also like to learn how to make a crazy shake effect, then I'll have a video pop up somewhere right here on the screen so you can easily check it out. But anyways, have a great day, see ya!